Hi everyone, I'm independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Anna Smith, and I'm back today with a fun shaker card. Here is what we are going to be making. This is our Embellished Ornaments die set. There's a matching stamp set that goes with it, and I turned it into a shaker card, which I thought was really cool. So I'll show you first what the products that we're using. This is the stamp set, Embellished Ornaments, and the Delicate Ornaments Thinlits dies. And I'll have the list at the end of all the products that I use today. And these are just really cool. They coordinate really well and they're really beautiful. And I thought this was a really cool idea. So let's get started and I will show you how I made it. Now, I already cut out a few of these pieces. I started with a 4x5 1/4 piece of red cardstock. I cut this out with one of the dies already, and I already embossed this with the Elegant Dots embossing folder. So now that that is done, I'll do a couple of things. I'm going to put this gold ribbon across the front. Put a couple of glue dots at the end. And wrap it around down here at the bottom. Pardon my Band-Aid. I had a little accident in the kitchen last night. I'm glad it's just a Band-Aid and not some stitches. Okay, so wrap your ribbon around there. Now, next thing I'm going to do, this is a piece of our window sheets. These come in 12 by 12 sheets, and I cut this down to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, basically. And we're going to put this right on the back here. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the corners because I don't want any of this to show through the little window that I cut out. That ornament. All right, so I'll attach that down. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to attach some foam strips. Now these are basically like our Stampin' Dimensionals, but you need long, narrow strips for these. So you can either use the strips on the edges of your dimensional sheets, the long ones that are still attached together, or I don't have any of them. I always cut them up and use them on my cards. So I actually found these somewhere. You can get like foam tape rolls that you can cut down into strips, or if you happen to be lucky enough to find these narrow ones, you can use them as well. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, sometimes we get these in our Paper Pumpkin kits. So usually there are extras, so that's another place you might get some. But basically, we, on the back side here, need to run this all the way around the outside of the ornament. And you just want to make sure that you don't have any gaps, like where my two pieces join together here. You don't want a gap there, because if you have a gap, then your little confetti or sequins or whatever you use will have a place that it can fall out there. All right. So I'm just going to leave that extra there. Nobody will ever see that. Now that I have that all done, I am going to fill this with my fun little confetti. And I am using 2 types of confetti. I punched some, this is our, I don't remember the name, Star Border Punch maybe? That's just guessing because I don't remember. I punched out of black cardstock twice, and I punched out of red cardstock twice. And I'll go ahead and put those inside. And for a little sparkle, these are our neutrals sequins. And I'm going to add some of them as well. So now that those are inside, I'm going to peel off the backing from the foam strips. And I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This measures the same as the window sheet piece, 3 1/4 inches on each side. And we'll just put that back on here. And now we have the main part of our shaker card. So the next thing we will do, let's go ahead and attach it onto the card base, which measured 4 1/4 by, that's not right, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I folded it in half. And on the inside, I stamped this greeting, which is from the Embellished Ornaments set. So to attach this on, you need to put a dimensional on each corner. This will help keep those corners supported. Since this is thicker in this area, you need your corners propped up as well. And on the back of this, I'm going to run some snail. Okay, so there's the main part of it. We'll go ahead and attach the greeting. This is from that same stamp set, and I punched it out using the delicate, that's not right either, the decorative label punch. Getting my words mixed up. So we'll attach that with some dimensionals. Now I saved the best part for last, which is this beautiful gold ornament. So how we get this, I already ran this through the Big Shot once. And as you can see, all the little pieces are still inside of it. And I could take my piercing tool or something else and poke out all those little pieces, but there is a handy tip that you all should know if you don't already. So basically you just need to line the die back up, and on this gold foil paper, it lines up really well. It just kind of slides right onto there where the grooves are already created. So line it back up on your, you want to use your, well, I always use my magnetic platform if I'm using the dies because they're really handy. Oops, I forgot. Okay, so I have a couple of dryer sheets. I have 2 here, and I am going to fold them. You can play around with this some if you want. I'm going to fold them in quarters. This does make it pretty tough to get it to go through the Big Shot, but the end result is that it pulls all those little pieces out. So it may not have to be quite that thick, but that is how I am going to do it. So now we just need to crank it through. And actually that went through pretty well. I think the original video I watched that showed this technique said to use 4 dryer sheets folded in quarters, which when I've tried that before, it makes it very hard to go through. The 2 folded up here, that worked pretty well. So now the die popped off, and you want to grab the actual ornament, the piece that you want, and peel it off. And there are a couple of pieces left, but they just pop right out. The thicker the dryer sheets are, the better this will work. I will tell you that. It is harder to get it to crank through the Big Shot, but the thicker it is and the tighter it is to crank it through there, the less you will have to pop pieces out after you're done. For this, I just put a really thin strip of glue around the outside. And our fine tip glue pen would probably be very handy for this. But I'm just going to use this since it's what I have here. And just put some glue in various places throughout the back of this. And now that I have that done, just going to lay it right on top in that little window. And there you have it. It's going to need to, I may lay something on top of it here in a couple of minutes just to hold it down until that glue dries. But there you have it. And with a normal shaker card, you wouldn't have to put this die on top. You would just have your opening cut and you would be able to see through it. But with this one, I thought it was really pretty to put this ornament on top. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. I have some more videos coming, so check back. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Visit my blog, scrappingstampingandstuff.com. Check out my Facebook page. You can find me a million places. And I would love for you to do your shopping in my online store. So thanks, everybody, and let me know if you have any questions for me.